Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening! Welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist! It is Temtem launch day and I really wanted to play that game. I've been planning this since I knew the launch day, and I am a dumb, and it's an MMO and it's launching, and they're like, last I checked, like number 2 selling on Steam. They may have even made it to number 1 by this point, I don't know. They're slapped all over the Steam front page. Yeah, you can't get into the servers right now. Like, they're like, oh no, we're going to have to take the servers down for maintenance shortly, which, okay, fine, but also, like, that's due in like half an hour, and I can't get in now. So if I started streaming now, and could get in now, they'd still take the servers down in half an hour. So it wouldn't do me much good. And I can't get in anyway. I've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried over the last few hours. And every single time it just says servers unavailable. So Temtem is going to have to wait until they put the fires out, unfortunately. Not really working for me right now. That's fine, because I need an excuse to play more of this. And that sounds like the fine excuse I need. I wouldn't normally stream on a Wednesday, but I think that might be an excuse to try Temtem again tomorrow night if I can get... If they've got things working then. I should be recording this for my own devices, which is to say a review, so I'll hit the record button. And then let's forge onwards. Right, where were we? We were very stressed out. Oh yeah, because we took advantage of that buff last month to just absolutely max the bejesus out of our stats, right? Yeah. So my perception is 80 freaking 7. I'm 12 years old and my perception is 87 out of 100. Look out, Utopia. I'm coming for your job. Good lord. Hey Tang, what is up? Oh, this is part of the Tang and Dis story. She asked me to find out what he was doing 2 years ago. We finally found out 2 years later. You tell Tangent you know where Dis has been going. You tell her he's been sneaking outside to explore the jungle. Not far away, but outside the walls. Tang looks concerned. Really? She says, wringing her hands. Is it safe? I'll keep him safe. She eyes you skeptically. Full offense, Selene, but you're just a kid, she replies. However, I suppose it's good to know he isn't alone out there. Yeah, she appreciates it, really. Right. So... Yo, anything doing? No. Yo, anything doing? No. Carl's lying in the scrub grass at the edge of the grey garden, staring up at the sky. He blinks at you as your shadow passes over him. Hey, Selene, he says, smiling around a stalk of grass between his teeth. You ever just take some time and appreciate this place? We got sky and clouds and rain and wind. After growing up on the Strato, it all seems pretty magical. Yo! This almost ignores you in favour of playing a game on his holopad. Just one, he mutters, then cusses and stomps his feet as the aim lets out a cheery whistle of defeat. Ah, stupid game, Dis hisses. He looks like he'd throw the game away if it wasn't literally attached to his hand. Wait, they're like part of a... Like, I don't know why that surprised me. Like, you can kind of see it on Tang's animation there. It's like literally just like a thing on your hand. But I've even got I got a thing that's got it, yeah. Put on your holo palm. It's a hologram in the palm of your hand. I don't know why that was never, like, I was just like, oh, holopalm, it's the name for some space smartphone from the future, but like, of course, like, oh yeah, like, the background of that picture is the palm of someone's hand. Presumably my hand. And embedded in it is a computer thingy that projects holograms that I can interact with. Oh. Space. Cool, okay. There's actual lore, kind of, if you dig into it. You don't see Anemone. She sees you first. Tag! She exclaims, pouncing on you from behind. You're it! Nah, not playing. Okay, nobody got anything for me? Nobody got anything interesting to say? Tell me about working at the depot again. I mean, unless she needs somebody with 87 perception, I don't think she's gonna, like, get on board with me joining her again. Mars is primping in a holoscreen she's set up to act as a mirror. Never know when someone important is going to talk to you, she says, twisting and retwisting her hair around her finger. And no, I don't mean important like counsel. Yuck. She smiles primly at you. I mean, whoever is going to end up being my first kiss. I don't want them to remember that time they saw me when we were kids and I wasn't absolutely at my best. Okay, sure. Why not? Right, let's go chill. Nothing much happens. You spend most of the time spacing out whatever's on your here speak, occasionally nodding hello to other colonists. You binge a few sessions of the show you've been meaning to rewatch. I don't want to forget that. That's a good one. That's probably a weak one that could get rid of. Yeah. Your dad comes back from work one day looking seriously under the weather. He's pale with deep circles under his eyes and he keeps sneezing. It's fine, he insists. It's just all this pollen in the air. It's gunking up the old air tubes. Do you remember hay fever, Flulu? We always got it back on Earth, too. Your mom frowns and crosses her arms. We did, she agrees. So why isn't it bothering me? You're a lot tougher than me, sweet pea, your dad says, and your mom rolls her eyes. I'm sure I just have to get used to it, like you did, he continues. Maybe I'll just go for a stroll outside the gates later. Really get a lung full of stuff. I'll feel bad for a few weeks, but after that, I'll be Oh, it's him. Maybe I'll go for a stroll outside the gates later. Really get a good lung full of the stuff. I'll feel bad for a few weeks, but after that, I'll be fine. Your mom raises both eyebrows. Outside the gates? You? Your dad shrugs. Then he falls into a fit of sneezing and can't answer. Your mom directs him to go lie down on their bed. You need rest, not machismo. Machismo? I've never really known how to pronounce that word, actually. Machismo? Machismo. That sounds right. I feel like it's been used so many times in silly, stupid puns that I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard the actual word said. It was always like some sort of weird pun version of it. Machismo. Yeah. I don't know why that sounds wrong in my head. Machismo. You need rest, not machismo, she scolds him. I don't have a macho bone in my body, Foo-Foo. I'm gonna have to fertilize the corn and the pixie beans this week. Uh-huh, your mum grunts. Your dad pulls a handkerchief from his pocket and sneezes into it a few times. Big yelling honk sneezes that echo through your whole quarters. He pulls it away from his face and you can tell that something's wrong. Huh, your dad says weakly, holding the handkerchief away from his face. It's bright fuchsia pink and glittering in the light. That's weird. Then his eyes roll back in his head, his knees buckle, and your mum calls for you to call instance. Oh shit. The explorers have started calling this shimmer, she says, shining a light down your dad's throat. He's looking a little better, but not much. It's an airborne environmental toxin, likely in the pollen fog. Will he be okay? It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body, Instance explains. She gestures in the air, making notes on her hollow eye only she can see. I've been tracking its effects for 3 seasons now. The toxin is flushed out of the body after 3 to 5 days, and it's not contagious. She looks down at your father. What that means for you, Geranium, since you're particularly susceptible to the toxin, you should be taking better pains to avoid exposure. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Your dad smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says. Your mom smiles and puts her hand over his. As your literal boss, I'm ordering you not to come into work for the rest of the week, she says. You're on strict bed rest. She leans in to touch her forehead to his. They stay like that, smiling with relief. Even after one day of bed rest, your dad is looking a lot better. He's clearly anxious to get back out into the fields. You're gonna love this new crop Selene. It's called a pixie bean. They glow in the dark. He's already pulling on his boots. The fields look so beautiful at night. I'm happy we finally found something that would actually grow here that isn't soy, and more soy. I'm happy too. I'm half expecting Mom to step in and go, "Hey, what do you mean you're going out to plant? You haven't even resting a day." Yo, Tang, what's going on? Your holopalm pulses with a message from Tang. Hello, Slane. If you're not occupied, could I ask for your assistance in the lab? Thank you, advance. Tangents. Ooh, typical Tang, but her asking for help is something so rare that you can't help but head over right away. You find her hunched over a spectrometer, making notes on the holoscreen. Oh, you're here, she says, blinking rapidly. She looks like she's been awake for days, wrinkled, a little shiny, and with the wild-eyed look of someone who needs a cup of blep tea. I came as soon as I could. I'm researching the shimmer, the respiratory illness that some people report during pollen, she says. I'm loath to admit it, but I need your assistance. She takes 4 vials with swabs inside and puts them into your hands. I need saliva samples from both you and your father, she says. There must be a reason why he's so susceptible to the shimmer and you're not. You share half of your genetic code with him. There must be some marker we can compare between the 2 samples. Then, she continues, pulling another vial from a rack of test tubes, administer this to yourselves, wait 3 days, and take the samples again. The test should be able to determine if anything in your body chemistry has changed. Tang looks at you very seriously, cutting through her bleary expression. There's something going on here, she whispers. Something really, really big. I've begun to realize this is about more than just curing a disease. She squeezes your hand so hard it almost hurts. Unlocking the secrets of the shimmer, who it affects, and why, could lead to a greater understanding of all life on Vertumna. And knowledge is more than power, Selene. It's control. Are you okay? I don't know, I don't feel like that's good. I don't know. I wouldn't say she was unhinged to her face. Like, I feel like there's a better way of phrasing that. But also, like, you know, going into it a little more than just yay or no, would be good. Tang blinks again. I'm perfectly fine, she says dismissively. This is the face of complete concentration and focus. I'm in the zone, Selene. Okay. Thank you, Tang says. I've been researching so hard I think my eyes are going to fall out of my head. And for what? Well, for the end of a debilitating disease is a pretty good reason, but Tang just shakes her head at herself before you can answer. We're at a disadvantage here, she mutters. We're fighting blind. We need to understand this planet if we're going to get it under our control. Woo! +1 helped tangent. Interesting. +1 shimmer cure. Ooh. Alright. What are you doing outside? Okay. Can't give that to him. I guess that just sort of unfolds as the story goes. Ooh, +1 bonus on skills this month. So what skills do I want? Pretty close to getting toughness, so going and doing some digging would push me up to a pip. Biology is pretty good. I could go for some biology. That would, although organizing. Wait, hang on. My organizing's 14. What did I need to talk to her about? 20. Okay, fine. Maybe organizing. Alright, let's keep doing that then. You're charged with just delivering a special package from Administrator Seek to Chief Engineer Instance. The wrapping is so fancy. Seek must have nanoprinted the pretty handkerchief and ribbons, especially for this package. You can't help but stare, but Seek snaps at you to mind your own business and get to work. Yikes, alright, touch you much? Tang laughs again when she sees you in engineering holding Seek's gift. Again? She says, rolling her eyes. You try to handle the package, but she looks at it like it's a stick of dynamite. Oh no, oh no, I don't want any part of this, she insists. Just go through those doors and give it to Instance if you want to ruin everyone's day. Ooh. Investigation! +1, 4, or a +1 if the next card is a mental. Interesting. Of course, I probably won't get much for the job. I don't know. I really want that card. That's a good looking card. I want that in my deck. That does not seem like a good... No, I don't know. Well, if she says it's going to ruin everyone's day, maybe we shouldn't deliver it? I really want the card, and Tang thinks I shouldn't deliver it, so maybe that's a good one to do. But also, I want to be a good person and like do the job and get the points, because I came here to get points. But I also came here for story. You tear away the pretty wrapping to reveal a small wooden carving. It's smooth and warm, and you can see where real tools shape the wood, not a nanoprinter. Seek must have put a lot of time and effort into it. It's clearly a carving of instance. Her hard expression is instantly recognizable, even if the rest of her is naked. Yep, she's sure naked. You quickly cover it up before someone sees you holding a naked lady doll. Right, I don't think I need to keep a naked lady doll. I don't think that's going to go well if I give it back to Seek. And I guess if Instance is not going to be best pleased by my giving it to her, I think the only good course of action is destroy it. You detour through the nanoprinter material recycling room and drop the package in the chute. Whatever it was for, it'll be separated into its base molecules and churned into new shoes or whatever. Seek looks excited by your return. Did she like it? What did she say? You lie and tell them that Instance loved it. Seek is overjoyed and gives you a nice fat tip. Hopefully this won't come back to bite you in the butt. Oh boy, will it ever. Right, that one is locked in. No! Fine. See if I care. 2, 2, 3, 3, 5. Bam. Yeah, I ain't gonna get any better than that. Hey. Well, you can take my kudos back off me and give me more rebellion points, but you can't take my organizational skills away from me. Which is 17. Nothing to give Pops. Did that just sort of, or did that whole cure thing just sort of automatically unfold as part of the story? That's just kind of happened now. Alright, well, I need a little bit more organization. Ah, the Secret Fun Times Club. Another meeting of the Secret Fun Times Club. You're trying to figure out what to do today. It's your job as Vice President of Fun Ideas, but you're having trouble coming up with something. Think, Selene, think. What's that smell? Tang asks as she joins you. You think she means someone farted and you giggle, but then you smell it too. It's like burning mustard. Spices, strong and acrid. And the overhead lights start to flicker. No, that keeps happening, Mars says with a shrug. Like the same time every afternoon. Nobody knows why. It's a mystery. She and Tang look at each other. Then it's you. A mystery! They jump to their feet. There's a mystery afoot and the SFC is going to solve it. Tang brings up a fresh notepad on a holopalm and adds 2 bullet points. Clue 1, weird smell. Clue 2, flickering lights. Cal sniffs the air. The smell's coming from that vent, he says, pointing to a screen in the corner. Oh boy, do I have perception. Or, would that buff my organizing if I take that? Go play to my strengths. Oh, I absolutely would have totally given me points to that, wouldn't it? You use your smello sense to detect things, hints of things cooking. Maybe you should check the cafeteria kitchens. It smells awful in here. Auntie Seeden is here, fanning the nanoprinter with a cutting board while it belches out foul black smoke. Oh gosh, kids. She says, don't come any closer. This darn nanoprinter's on the fritz again. Everything that comes out is awfully burned. I don't want you to breathe in the smoke. Every gosh darn day, she mutters under her breath. You look up. The lights are flickering here too. There, did you see it? You take a closer look. Some kind of black dust near them. That's weird. Little clumps of it are stuck to the wall and ceiling all around the outlet, and the back of the nanoprinter too. You climb up onto the counter, much to Auntie Sedent's annoyance. When you put your hand near the black dust, your holopalm makes your hand tingle, like it's vibrating slightly. Tangent climbs up with you and tries it too. Electromagnetism, she confirms. The ferromagnetic materials in our holopalms are reacting to the presence of magnets, or an electric current. I think it's in this dust. She makes a note. Electromagnetic dust. Auntie Sedent shoos you out of the kitchens. Out! 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 Go play somewhere else, my darlings. We've got supper to prepare. You follow the clumps of black dust through the lounge, down a long hallway to the children's creche. It's quiet here, and instinctively you all walk softly and stop talking. You slow as you approach the playroom. The creche playroom is empty and dimly lit, except for the holoprojector in the corner showing a purple teddy bear, the one that electrocuted your friend Tammy. It didn't! Or it did. No, it did in this one. No, it... Oh, I'm confusing my storylines. I thought I was on the I saved her storyline. I'm not. Damn it. No, that's bad. We can brave... I'm not very persuasive, but I am brave. As you step in, all the lights in the room suddenly turn on. 2 musical toys start playing all at once, and a toy robot begins spinning in circles, whirring. Mars shrieks. Tangent rushes suddenly forward, grabs a glass from an art table, and slams it upside down on the counter. I caught it! She yells. Ooh, got a thing. You gather around to see. Under the glass are what are like 4 round metal things, like ball bearings. As you watch, one of them starts to roll. It advances to the edge of the glass, then rolls in a ring around the inside. It stops, and a pair of long silver antennae emerge from the top of the ball. They click together, producing a bright spark of electricity. You all jump back. The other 3 balls gradually wake and begin snapping their own antenna. I think we've solved our mystery, Tang says with a growing smile. Sure enough, you find more magnetic black dust, and something else, tiny bite marks in the electric cord leading to the holoprojector. They must be feeding off the electricity, Tang explains, then storing it like a battery to use for self-defense, and this dust must be their excrement. Fascinating. You report your findings to Dr. Instance. She discovers these pests have in fact been siphoning off electric current from your ship since it landed, and are responsible for some dangerous power surges. One such surge must have been the one that killed your friend Tammy. From a quick look around the room, everyone knows it. Anemone rubs Cal's back as he stares at the ground. Instance sends you all some kudos and thanks. Woo! A 4 card and 15 kudos. That's a good bonus. Right. 1 card slot will turn cards mental. Cool. We can have a flush of 4. That'd be good. Or I can have 5 of a kind. Yikes. So blue becomes blue. Dude. 25. Not a super goal. What does this do for me? Only 23, huh? 5 of a kind gives 10 points. What a 4... Oh, I see. So, but 4 of a kind is 6. But because I've got a flush of 4 and a straight of 4, means I've got 2 6s. There's actually 12 in the bonuses. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's 3 stars. Woo 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 woo! 3 organizing. You. Right. Woo! There's a thing on the floor. Yellow flower. What does that do? That's a new one. I haven't got a yellow flower before. Change a card's suit to speech. Pops. With the old story of the pollen, I guess. It's actually quite nice how all these little sort of side bits and options and stories are all kind of cleverly interwoven together, actually. Like, if I hadn't been doing a delivery mission, I guess I wouldn't have had the Super Fun Times Club. If we hadn't done the Super Fun Times Club, I guess I wouldn't have found the Mystery of the Bugs. If I'd just been focusing on other stats like that, that might just never have come up. Dust is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush autumnal jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm and, you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you're asleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mum and I are gathering crops from actual Vertumnan dirt this week. Sure, that sounds neat. He shows you around the rows of corn and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly, not what you'd expected, but your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Vertumnalia Festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Selene. Ooh, that's true. Next month is the festival, which means I should probably try and get my stress up so that the festival can relieve it. Thanks for reminding me. I don't have the skill to help him with the animals yet. However, I can tell Mom what I learned today. Well, you haven't really been in school for a while, or even in engineering, but you tell Mom about some paperwork you had to deal with. You're pretty good at organisation, so it was easy. Do you even know why we call it paperwork? Your Mom laughs. It's true, it's not like you... Do you even know why we call it paperwork? Your Mom laughs. It's true, it's not like you're sorting actual paper. Back on Earth, we used to have to use paper to... Nah, never mind. She slaps you on the back. Good for you for having your head together. Okay, cool. Am I allowed to... Ah, frig. No, that's just how we progress conversations with her. That's it. Okay. Your dad used to joke that your mom got a prosthetic leg so she could run faster than everyone else. She has a prosthetic leg. The artwork does not make this clear. I guess you can just kind of see it down there. I hadn't even realised. Your dad used to joke that your mom got a prosthetic leg so she could run faster than everyone else, before you had gene tech. You don't think that's true. You guess she lost it in some kind of fight, but she barely ever talks about it. Except for days like today when she's stumbling around like one leg is shorter than the other. Ah, stupid thing, she grumbles. When am I going to have time to get this damn thing fitted right? Let me do biology. I mean, my biology's... it's 25, it should be fine. Maybe it will... I don't know. Go up if I hit that pip. Or maybe I should go outside and get some stress levels up. You step cautiously through the colony gates. Chief Surveyor Utopia stops you with a hand on your forehead. Whoa there, scamp. They'd kill me if I let you out the colony. Sorry, kiddo, you'll have to wait till you're old enough. I know it's hard. I'm gonna sneak out. And do some things. Mock hides interesting bugs and other treasure. For those who won't put their hands down the right holes. Are you? Absolutely. A friggin' perception. Oh my god, I'm nearly at 100. And if I look even closer with my extreme perception, I'll get more perception. Put your hand in there. Another 2! Oh my god, 97! You stuck your hands down enough holes to know this. This one's probably safe. You can't hear anything rustling around in there. Put your hand in there. It's got a food. Sweets. Literally, the hole is full of sugar bugs. These palm-sized balls of squish exude a sweet syrup when you tickle them. You fill a bottle with it and then let them go again. Should be worth a few kudos to Antecedent in the Gardens. Hey, cool. 5 kudos. And a stick. And that guy. Leave the path and sneak through a strand of mush trees to one of the... I could get another 2 hop eyes. Oh my god. I would have 6 hop eyes. Effectively 6 hop eyes in my deck. That'd be hilarious. Do all 3 at once, you could just have like a straight flush. It wouldn't be a straight flush, it'd be a 5 of a kind flush, that would be it. You leave the path and sneak through through a strand of mush trees to one of the little sawmills dotting this area. It's a small but busy operation, 3 people feeding mush tree logs. We've seen a sawmill before, but I'm going to watch it again because it's a good card. Stay out of sight and watch how they do it. One tree crashes down, seems like the others are wincing. It's your imagination, but are they cutting down everything? Maybe. And there's some more perception. We are at 90 frigging 9. Marsh, wood. And a thing. Ooh. So you can just kind of like cut. That path goes around there, but you can just basically cut it out. Interesting. But I have to. Can I go around? I just want the thing. I just want the stick. Give me this. Oh, I want the stick. Oh, this is just the. Oh, it's just a different path up to the top. Oh. Wait, has anything else respawned? It's been a few months since I've been out here. And I got the Eagle Eyes upgrade that lets things respawn and become more bountiful and appear in more places. So maybe I can get some more stuff. Stuff is good. Stuff would be good if it was anywhere to be found. It is not though, is it? Okay, we've got these last 2 things. Although my stress is 50, so that's good because I'm going to lose 50 next turn. There's 2 remaining things to do, and then we are pretty thoroughly explored out here. Large woolly blue creature. This is new. This is a new one. Large woolly blue creature is floating here a meter off the ground. It seems to be upside down, which is causing it some distress. Its segmented legs. Do I have enough? I don't. Oh, interesting. Oh, you can have animals 10 or animals 20. Ooh. Segmented legs kick uselessly in the air as it tries to right itself. This must be a float cow. The colony is working on domesticating these, though you haven't seen one up close before. Her slitted eyes look at you imploringly. She makes a helpless, lowing noise and tries again to flip over, but she can't. Pop her? Oh, no, don't do that. That sounds cruel. We'll figure out what's wrong with her. You take a closer look at the float cow. You've heard they float using a certain ratio of liquid to gas in their membranous bladders. With some consideration, you figure out the bladder on her back must be too full of liquid. Oh. There's nothing for it. You have to pop her dorsal bladder and let the liquid drain out, or she'll never be able to flip over. She struggles and screams as you open your utility knife and jab it into her bladder. Immediately, you're drenched in by a hot explosion of what you hope is milk. Okay, cool. And wait, one from Eagle Eyes. Up to now, I don't know. For some reason, I'd always been assuming Eagle Eyes just improved perception. Has it been improving toughness and combat as well? I've not had toughness super often, and combat very rarely, as well as animals, so I've really not really noticed or paid attention to it. Has it been buffing me this whole time on the other stats as well? So that's quite powerful, actually, then. Ew, 10 stress. Gross, gross, gross! The float cow spirals away as a sudden jet of liquid propels her away from you. You hope she'll be okay, but you are decidedly not okay with how you smell now. Where are we at? 75. Oh wait, we got another thing to do. Cool, we'll do that then. Come to bend in the path, movement catches your corner eye. There's something up on top of a nearby mushroom-capped tree. You can't quite tell what it is, but is that a person? Someone is peering over the edge of the mushroom cap above you. You can't quite see their eyes, but you get an impression of long dark hair and an enormous mocking grin. I wouldn't go that way if I were you, they warn playfully. They have a deep musical accent you don't recognize. Stranger? That's impossible, you're the only people around for thousands of light years. And what the heck is he doing out here? You feel a chill go up your spine. Find another way. No, you think he's gone now. Do you remember the warning, though? Are you sure you should go this way? Why not? You start to ask why, but he's disappeared again over the edge of the mushroom cap. You shout, but there's no answer. You can't even figure out a way to get up there. Can this guy fly? Was it just a mirage? He might be seeing things. Yeah, it's probably like Dis just messing around or something. No, you meant everybody on the stratospheric. That must have been some kind of animal, one that looks like a person, and sounds like a person. Maybe it's Dis playing tricks with his voice, or maybe you're seeing things. You're around the bend and regret it immediately as something long and thin slaps against your face. Ooh. Then another whack across your back, and as you spin to face your attacker, whap, whap, 2 slaps to your shins send you reeling. Whatever's attacking, you can't see it. You fall to the ground and cover your head with your arms in defense. Nothing happens, just silence. When you look up, there's no attacker, but the plants all around you are flattened to the ground. They're long purple reeds with knobby bumps at their bases. As you watch the reeds slowly start to bend back upright, you poke one experimentally and it slaps back down to the ground, stinging your hand. Attacked by grass! How embarrassing. You decided to call it slapgrass. Oh, no, we didn't get to talk to the hop eye. Stupid stress. Oh well. Hey, we are maxed out. Cool. Avoid blocking events perk. Slip past all path blocking explore events. Okay, so that would be stuff like, were he still alive, Uncle Tonin was blocking the path and you would have had to find another way around. But now I'm stealthy enough that I can just ignore that kind of thing. Interesting, cool. I wonder if that includes stuff like the hop eye as well, actually. I wonder if the hop eye technically counts as path blocking. Because there's an actual figure on the map that's blocking you. Right, that's really weird that I've like absolutely maxed out a stats by the middle of year 3. That's crazy. I feel like there's going to be a lot of wasted points now, because every time I do anything that involves perception for the remaining 6.5 years of the game, it's going to achieve very little. It's time for the 3rd annual Vertumnalia Festival. You gather, everyone takes a seat as Governor Udicott approaches the stage. She folds her hands and serenely addresses the crowd. What a pleasure to address you all today as your governor, she says, looking as pleased as she ever does. In under 3 years, we built a colony of which we can be truly proud. While we suffered hardships and losses, we remain standing, as always, looking toward the future we're building together. Let us use this midsummer festival as a time to reflect on our many blessings, Udicott continues. Fresh water, good food, healthy children, and a strong community. Udicott bows her head, but first let us remember Professor Halitosis. Really, that was his full name? Halitosis? It's an awful name. Why would you call someone Halitosis? Who guided our children and kept our engines running for so many years. Chief Engineer Instance will be filling in, with help from our ship's AI congruence, until someone can take up the mantle that rested so easily on Hal's broad shoulders. We also recognize the passing of our dear friend, Chief Surveyor Melatonin. Oh, right, Tonin was melatonin. Okay, right. Known for his gentle nature and his curious spirit, Tonin joins his daughter Spartamy. That was Tammy. Tammy was a Spartamy. Okay. And his partner Lavengula. Lavengula? Who's Lavengula? Have we met Lavengula? No, because like that, the implication there is that she passed away before the game started, right? Otherwise, we would surely have heard about anyone else being killed through whatever. Tonin joins his daughter Aspartame and his partner Lavengula in the world of our memories. In his place, we welcome our youngest council member ever, Utopia, representing expeditions. Udicott invites the rest of the council to stand and be recognized among the crowd, including your mom, who huffs in annoyance. When the applause dies down, the council sits. Utopia remains standing. Actually, Auntie Udicott? Oh, Auntie Udicott. Oh, we got some nepotism, have we? Okay. Y'all mind if I... Oh, y'all. We got a y'all. She got a southern drawl, I guess. Actually, Auntie Udicott, y'all mind if I just make a quick announcement? I can go with that voice. Sure. Udicott nods and Utopia clears her throat. I just wanted to say thanks to y'all who are trusting me with this job, she says, her clear voice ringing out over the crowd. A cheer rises from Expeditions and she motions for them to quiet down. Uncle Tonin's left some big shoes to fill, and well, I'm gonna give him my best. We're fixing to get to the bottom of what we're calling the shimmer. The sniffles folks have been getting during pollen. Utopia continues. Until we do, please keep on wearing your masks when the pollen is thick, and let the doc know if you're under the weather. She bends down to hug the governor as she leaves the stage. Thank you, Utopia, Udicott says warmly, and thank you to the rest of the council for their service. I feel like giving her kind of like that Southern Belle kind of voice, and Udicott like a voice nothing like that. Doesn't make any sense, but what am I, a voice actor? Live music starts playing, and Udicott smiles. And now it's time for games and feasting. The crowd disperses towards the feasting tables, clearing the area of chairs so that children's competitions can be held. What will you do this year? I need toughness 15 or reasoning 15. What's my reasoning at? 26. 26. They're the same. Although, ooh, I've been enlightened by mastering a skill +1 to all mental skill increases for 3 months. Oh. Did not realize that. Okay. Oh, I guess if you just max out literally anything, it gives you... That's cool. It's good to know. Except I'm stressed out. Except the festival's going to make me not stressed out, so this is going to be okay, I think. I guess I want my reasoning. 5 loyalty and 2 tangent friendship. Yes! Tangent's project involves how the surveyor's gliders work. Something to do with the materials they're made from. Reacting with the magnetic field of the planet combined with solar energy collected from the wings. You tune her out, only zoning back when Tang stumbles through one of the judge's technical questions. You catch her look of pained frustration as she realizes she doesn't know the answer. Judges turn to you next. I am not gonna beat Tangent. Oh my god, 59, are you kidding me? -2 to mental challenges. It's a friggin' mental challenge. We can go with a 2 and a 2 and a 2. 10. Really? 10? Ooh, +1 and change it to... Well, I like the 3 of a kind, but changing it to yellow seems good. I'll make it a flush of 3, which would be worth... I don't know how many points that's worth, actually. We could find out. No, I can't. I can't find out. I've got no way of changing that. So as long as it's there, actually that probably won't do anything anyway. Nine. Oh, I don't like that being in the pile here. All right, next round. That's a bad card. That is such a bad card. Holy crap. Why would you do that? Unchangeable. But can't do that. Then that. And still worth more as a 3-pointer than anything else. I know I need 30 points. Whew! So much stress. Why? I want rid of that one so badly. Mysterious Stranger. Wait, hang on. Card becomes mental blue. +1 for each gem. Oh. Interesting. If that's not there, those two have synergy. It is good. Right, since that one needs changing, that needs to go there. I kind of want the 2, 3, 4 straight, but I also kind of want the 3s next to each other. 2, 3, 4. Why is there a 0 in here? 22. Oh, it's not a 3, is it? It's a 4 because there's a gem. So I can still make it a pair. Brilliant, okay. Is there any way I can push 8 points onto this? We want to beat Tang. We have 10 logs, which just add 2 to cards. I could just basically add 2 to every single card. Or 4 of the cards? I don't know. I could add 2 to that, 2 to that, 2 to that, 2 to that, and it would kind of should work, I think. +1 and change to strength. Nah. Just try drawing another card and see what it does. I've got lots of logs. I've got so many logs. I know that, like, literally the whole point of these items is you use the damn things, but I feel like I'm cheating when I use items. Like, that's where I'm at. And I also it's got the whole too powerful to use thing going on, where it's like, oh, but what if I need them for like a boss fight or something? Something that's silly. That's just like, oh, I really want to beat Tang at a science competition is a bit daft. Right, 2, 2, 2. And 2. How is that? What? Oh, because I've lost the straight. Oh, of course I have. Actually, what I want to then do is put another one on that, and that makes it a 32. Sure. Yay! 32 out of 32 was the best score I could possibly have got in that situation. Yeah. You do an egg drop experiment, taking fragile crystalline glass fruit and designing 4 different ways to protect them from breaking after a long fall. 2 break, but 2 succeed. Your experiment is only a simple demonstration of physics, but the judges decide to award you for choosing something within your capabilities and doing it well. Tang is frustrated, but more at herself than you. She's not used to failure. Science Fair Champion! Hey, there's a 5 blue. That is a good card. That was worth... Ooh, and I'm popular! Ooh, popular. You're a winner and everyone wants to be your friend. Double kudos for 3 months. It's not improved relationships for 3 months, which... or even speech things for 3 months, but okay, cool. Neat. That sounds I don't know. The logic of that sounds like daft. That's like, oh no, you did an egg drop and it's better than her demonstration of like how the ship works. But also she, I guess, chose something that she struggled with. Like, she couldn't explain it all. She chose something not within her capabilities. Okay, cool. Hey, -50 stress. That's what we looked for. After the festivities, you take time off for a much needed, very relaxing break. Your dad sets up a slip and slide through the colony square and everyone takes turns sliding on their stomachs and spraying water at each other. It's a lot of fun. You can feel your worries floating away in the hot dust suns. Hey. Yeah, I feel like a big card. Ooh, perception level 3, avoid blocking events. Yeah, we know. Yeah, I feel like the big card is worth dropping 5 logs on. Like, I could spare 5 logs for a good card. I was hoping I'd get some stats out of it as well, actually, to be fair. I did not get those. Right, so I can either earn double money, or I can buff my... well, I mean, that'll last another month longer than that. But also I'll probably be bloody stressed and exhausted and need a rest by the time we get to month 3 of that. But I've got, I guess, 2 more months of this that I should probably take advantage of by going to school. Is it just +1? It's +1, isn't it? So, biology, engineering's okay. Stick with my biology for the moment. It's been a while since you've been to the life sciences class. You wonder who they got to teach it after Professor Hal died. He was the teacher back on the ship. Who could possibly replace him? You take your seat in the classroom. There's no teacher here yet. You and the other students wait, exchanging awkward glances as time passes. Yeah, it's been a few months, like he should have been replaced by now. And like the speech said he'd been replaced. I feel like I was supposed to do this section before? But this is... Okay, so, like, minor tangent. Like, the way this is delivered is still in a very, what I would describe, an inkle fashion, where, like, they've kind of... Like, the text is very contextual, and it's smart about it. It's, like... Probably you could get, like, the latter half of that, regardless, no matter when you do this. But because it has been a while since I actually have done any classes, because I've been focusing on other stats, you get that little bit of text at the start that's like, it's been a while since you've been here. So, like, it kind of clearly is pulling different snippets of text based on a million bits of context from the story and, like, stitching them together in a way that makes sense to, like, tell a story that makes sense. I'd imagine it'd be quite difficult to get that completely flawless and bug-free, but so far, so good. I'll be surprised if I get all the way through the game without any weird slip-ups where I'm like, wait, that doesn't seem quite right. That isn't what happened. But who knows? Ink will always pull it off extremely well, so no reason someone else shouldn't be able to. Is this going to be a game that, like, equals Inkle storytelling in my mind? Maybe it is. Maybe I've got a challenger for the narrative throne. You take your seat in the classroom, teacher. Awkward glances. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance breezes through the door. She's accompanied by Tang, who takes a seat beside you, barely giving you a second look. Look who showed up! Instance snaps, with a sinking feeling you know she's talking about you. So, can you even tell me what life sciences entails? Tang looks at you out of the corner of her eye, trying not to smirk. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, geology. You easily rattle off the subject names. Instance doesn't look pleased, but she doesn't look disappointed either. That's about as good as you ever get from her, honestly, so you can count that as a win. Tangent stops you on the way to class. Selene, were you... I still haven't like settled down on whether it's pronounced Selene or Solan. I don't really know. Selene, were you heading to life sciences? Good, I could use your help with something, actually. I'm working with Chief Engineer Instance in the biolab. If you give me a hand with it, I'm sure she'll give you credit for the class. Oh, of course I'll help. Honestly, admits Tang, we just need somebody to label petri dishes and move them from the cooler to different machines. A hop eye could do it. Instance is staring unfocused at her hollow eye as she processes the results of the scans. Tang goes and stands beside her, pulling up the scan on her own hollow palm. They confer quietly while you wait. It sounds like they're studying the shimmer, the mysterious illness some colonists get pollen every year, including your dad. Instance looks up at you as if noticing your existence. Oh, Selene, she says. We've been studying samples from some of the colonists who get sick during pollen, including your dad. Some of the stuff in his lungs. It's some kind of fungus. We think the shimmer is a form of reproduction, Tang explains. It's like a fungus trying to turn us into more fungus like it. It's really neat, actually. Yeah, neat. Yay, biology. And bonus for being enlightened, yes. You spend the rest of the week helping them study the illness. Mostly this involves following instructions and doing, as Tang loves to repeat, jobs a hop eye could do. Nothing beats hands-on experience, though. Oh, this would be easier if we had an actual sample of the fungus, Instance remarks. They're working with some biological samples, a fancy word for snot, but according to them, the fungus is all mixed in with human cells. Instance has to spend a lot of time in vert space trying to disconnect the two in her models. Where could I find a sample? Our most useful reports have been from the foragers returning from the Valley of Vertigo, she tells you, where the pollen is thick all year. That might be a good place to start. Well, I don't have access to that until I can go on expeditions, so okay. Alright, +1 if next card is mental. There are no mental ones, brilliant. Oh, these are all the stupid cards. Ugh, really? Really? Okay. I'm 1 point away. I don't see any way I could make this better. Oh crap, I did that the wrong way around. Seriously, one mental card would have given me 1 more point. Would have been perfect. Another log? No. Oh, no. Not even another log. Another log will break one of my sets. Or, if I put the log on Spurt Spall, it'll turn it into a 3, and then it will presumably turn the other 2 cards into 3s also. Oh my god. That's what we call a pro gamer move. Oh no, I need to hit 90. No, I didn't realize that one. 19. Perfect. 19 exactly. Oh well, I learned a thing, and I hit the total exactly, which means I get double kudos for 3 months. I get extra skills for mastering the thing, and I get double kudos for equaling the goal. Ah, yeah. Perfect. That should be good. 4 biology, 2 reasoning, 12 kudos. BEA. Beautiful. 19 out of 19 was the best I could have scored. It wasn't. I got much better than that. Oh, although 19 out of 19 was the best I could have scored, suggests that there was a 19 in there somewhere. Ooh, what was that then? I don't know what that was. Where could I have got 19 out of that? Without being able to look at the puzzle, I kind of guess I'll never know. Can I work with plants yet? No. No. Dare you eat this worm? Yay, my bravery is enough to do that now. Cool. Dis is scrolling through a novel on his holopalm, completely checked out of the world around him. He startles when you tap his shoulder. Geez, Selene, he grumbles, gesturing to close his novel. You catch a few lines about a dragon before the screen disappears. Dis flips to his collar and turns away. Can you tell when someone's busy? Dare you eat this worm? Oh yeah, Dis counters. I double dare you to eat a worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. You're no meek hopeye. Becoming a carnivore. Wait, is that what we have to eat? Alright. Slimy, unsatisfying, very, very gross. Dis eats his like a noodle, slurping it up and wrinkling his nose as it wriggles in his mouth. Yuck, he says, swallowing it whole. Then shows you his empty mouth. You should have known better than to dare a person who fears nothing. Bravery and friendship. Yo! No training! Yo! No reasoning. Tang eyes the colony walls distrustfully. If we're to make our home here, we must be better prepared for the fact that whatever was out here first will attempt to drive us out. Who's to say the aliens are not, at this very moment, preparing a second attack? Alright, fine. Almost there with biology and reasoning. Let's forge onwards, learning things. This week in biology class, you're studying sugar bugs. Ooh, we got cards. The native species look like purple marshmallows about the size of your fist, all puffy and squishy and kind of cute. They don't move or do much, but if you tickle them, they exude edible syrup from a hole at the top of their bodies. And now, says Chief Engineer Instance, you're going to dissect one. Ooh, writing an essay. +1 if neighbouring card is mental. Or dissecting a sugar bug, 3 with a gem. Judging by the artwork on that, I feel like that's a thing Tang's into. We're going to cut up a bug. But we are here for biology, so, I mean, I guess. I don't know. The essay card sounds pretty good. Although that can be a 3. That is definitely a 3. And comes with a gem, which means it can buff other cards. And I think that'll be better for hanging out with Tang. Sure, why not? You're given a thankfully already deceased. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's good then. The sugar bug to work on. The moment your scalpel slices it open, a horrid smell assaults you. Sweet like rotting fruit. Yuck. You see Tang trying not to gag too. Loyalty and dissecting a sugar bug. Biology challenge. Wait, hang on. There was defiance was an option now. Okay. 47. Oof. I would love to save those 4 for round 2. So, oh, card becomes a 2. Ooh, card becomes a 2. Perfect. Two, 3, 2, 8. Not a good first round. Can I? It's an 8 either way, isn't it? It's a 6. Nope. Can have yeah, I can have a pair of numbers or a pair of colours. Not much else. If I were to I've got a pair of colours and I don't have a pair of numbers because that's not a 2 anymore, so it doesn't help me. So we may as well do it that way. Right, those are going to be good in the final round. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 20 is good. I like 20. I'll take a 20. 4 of a kind, 4 of a kind. Do you like me some hot pies? And then... ooh, we can have some unplayed cards as well. So that becomes a 2. And... -5 from battle condition. Six from this card. What do you mean battle condition? -5. What? Oh, I see. Oh, wait, what? Yeah. Oh. Oh, so the base value. Oh, I see. So it's gaining 6, but then losing a further 5. I was thinking I was setting the base value to 2, and then it would gain the buff. Ah, no, not the way it works. It actually becomes. Well, it's not going to be a 7 by the time we're done anyway, is it? We'll see what we can figure out here. 5, 3, 3. One of these is going to be horribly nerfed. 2. You can't have a straight in the reverse order either, so I can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or anything. That's annoying. That's a really annoying one, actually. '20's good. 5, 3, 3, 1. And then extra 5 and -1 stress. Yeah, it feels like a lazy approach to things. But I don't see what else I could really do. I've got a 5 that I'm not even playing. have 3 5s next to each other, but would that help me? That won't help me. 25 seems solid. It's a win. A win's a win. Yeah, not the best. I could have had 27 somehow. Cool. That is what I was hoping for, really. You carefully section your sugar bug into 6 discrete organs. You take a photo with your holopalm and carefully fill in labels for all the parts. That's pretty good, Tang says, peeking at your work. These things are slipperier than I was expecting. Parts of mine are still moving. Time's up, says Dr. Instance. Please place your dissected sugar bugs into these tanks to leave overnight. The next morning, your class is in for a surprise. The sugar bugs are alive again, and there are more of them. Your teacher explains that their DNA is so malleable that almost any part of a sugar bug can turn into any other part if it needs to. The resulting sugar bugs are smaller, but will eventually grow into full-sized ones. But Tumnan biology is weird. Wait, what do you mean? 0 out of 0. What? 0 out of 0? Why does that say 0 out of 0? I can get 0 out of 0. Well, I mean, those are good numbers. I'll take those. Right. Now the mental stat increase is gone. We have to be on the kudos train. Have I not got the buff? My biology stat. Does the base stat have to be over 33 to get the buff? Does the bonus from my item not help? Oh. Fine, we'll keep chipping away at that, but I need something that earns me money this month just to make it worthwhile. Bobber fruit. I wonder when the outside resets. I wonder if it's annually. That would make sense to sort of stop you, like, rinsing it for stats too regularly. But yeah, I guess you kind of definitely want to clear it all out at least once a year. I want to help, but is it just age gated? It may just be age gated. What else? What else earns me money? Does anything else earn me money? We never did the defense training at all. Combat, animals, anemone, stress. My combat is very low. I should have worked on that while I was like heroic or whatever. Alright, we'll do deliveries this month, because that's one of the good sources of money right now. Oh, we can go to Supply Depot. But I don't want any of those things right now. I don't. There are 3 cakes available. Ooh. +5 animals. 1 to flushers. Bonus to pairs. Yeah. Let's deliver supplies. Seeker's eyes everywhere and hates it when you're slow, so you quickly learn all the best places to dawdle without being caught. Okay, simple enough. Up. And up. Let's not try the other way around. It's not going to get buffed that much. In fact, it's not getting buffed at all. I'm playing 5 cards. There are no unplayed cards on that one. That does nothing. Because it debuffs that. It debuffs that and therefore breaks the pair. That's 8. Oh, that's unchangeable. Ugh, of course it is, of course it is. I guess that doesn't matter then, because that won't affect the unchangeable card. all 21. Is 21 doable? Push through for 5 stress. I get -1 from this. I don't really know. Kind of like, well, that one, is that one helpful? I don't know if it is. One, two, it just becomes a 2-2 then, doesn't it? 2, 2, 3. I don't know what I'm trying to do at this point. Wait, what? Oh, because it's a 1, 2, 3. That was more blind luck than anything else. I was just grabbing things and rearranging them at random. I didn't think about the 1, 2, 3. It's a straight of 4, and I get a buff for the straight, so I should definitely focus on straights more often. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Fine. I could have got a 22. What? Okay, fine, whatever. Well, I could have been 12. That 22 would have made it 12 kudos instead of 10, wouldn't it? Yeah, time drags on. We're approaching the end of the year. This is going to be the last thing I do for the year, basically. I'm going to have to rest next one. I got no buffs. Right, let's keep doing biology. So it must be at 29 actually then. I wonder if I go to engineering, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you haven't been to engineering in ages," because I always go to biology. You should have known better, Tangent, you hear as you walk past the laboratory. Curious, you listen at the door. Chief Engineer Instant sighs. I know you meant well, but your presumption has cost us 3 months of work. You can't simply look at an experiment and change the parameters to your liking. Getting results is not the same as doing good science. Your findings, however scientifically interesting, are useless to us without sound methodological underpinnings. Tang's response is more subdued than you've ever heard it before. I'm sorry, Chief Engineer, she mumbles, looking down at the floor. I recognize the error of my ways. I should hope so, Instance replies, pinching the bridge of her nose in her fingers. I'll expect you in the lab first thing tomorrow morning, and I will personally supervise your work in resetting the experiment. You flatten against the wall as Instance breezes past you, barely giving you a second look as she strides down the hallway. You poke your head inside the laboratory, where Tang scowls and wipes her eyes. What do you want? Hey, I'll be better the second time around, with reasoning. It could be worse. What were you working on? Tang nods. You're right, the first experiment was plagued by inefficiencies, she says, pushing herself off the lab bench. That's why I changed it in the first place. In the new experiment, I can eliminate those inefficiencies from the start. Thank you, Selene. You may have saved me 3 months of work. Hey... What does it mean when it says +1 help, Tangent? What do these mean? Does anybody else actually like me at this point? 5, 9, 13, 6. Really should hang out with other people. Losing the data was my fault, Tang continues. I wanted to prove I'm not the little kid from biology class. I'm ready to work hard and ready to make great discoveries. Dr. Instance has always been there for me, when I was a kid, and now, with my mother gone. She's the only adult in this colony who sees what I could become, she says. She believes that I can be better than what I am. It's always been that way, I really want to impress her. You will. Tang hums in agreement. Certainly hope so. 20! Alright. I got no gems. 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5. There's nothing in there that would make a straight, so perfect. Nice easy one. Oh, I hit the battle. I missed that. I was getting +5 on that as well. Cool. Ah, 32. Need a break soon. I need a break now, don't I? Unless I can go to someone and be like, hey, I want a hug. -5 stress. Yo, anybody want a hug? It's still raining, Mars complains. I hate it here. Tell me I'm working at the depot again. You know, it's a lot of work, practically around the whole command center, requisitions and nanoprinting are the backbone of the whole colony. Need high loyalty. Well, not too bad. Or be friends with Mars. Which mostly is going to... Okay. Wow, Mars, that's amazing. Which, to get friendship with her, means I need some persuasion. Or to figure out what she likes. Or just to keep running errands. Hey, what's going on? Noni scowls as she watches the rain come down. I'm gonna do it, she mutters. I don't care if my hair looks like a puffball afterwards. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Alright, fine. I'm gonna rest. Well, if I rest with Dis, at least I know I definitely get a relationship boost. This is just a sort of random thing. Oh, Mars or Dis? Let's hang out with Mars, sure. Might get a job out of it. Mars is frowning over a hologram, but gives you a distracted smile. Hey, Selene, she says, gesturing for you to sit down. I need ideas for the Secret Fun Times Club. Can you help? You spend a few hours helping Mars design a logo for the club. You get into an argument about whether older kids should be allowed in, like Com, Anemone's brother, who's 18. You think it's a bad idea, but Mars disagrees. He's super dreamy, she says, twirling a braid with a finger. I know if I just spent more time with him, he'd notice me. I'm mature for my age, you know. You shake your head. How can Mars be thinking about boys already? Yeah, I get some organizing out of it. Not bad for relaxing. I do not want to forget either of those. Those are both good cards. Let me throw away the zeros. My god, I still somehow remember crawling. Yeah, keep those cards. Maybe you're supposed to, like, use the resting a bit more often early on to get rid of the bad cards. Woo! Glow season's cool. Yo. Man, I hate school learning, she exclaims, prodding at her screen. Why do I even have to do this? Yay, glowy crystals. Dis pokes a glowing bubble bud with his toe. The seed head snaps free and drifts up into the dark of glow, slowly breaking up into little luminescent specks. Make a wish, he says. Nobody else about? Bit quiet. Do I need the... Should I be doing the defense training? Seems like it'd be really useful right about now. I feel like I'm going to need it soon. My combat is currently 6. Well, I might get a +1. You attend your first session of Security Chief Rhett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. You could be walking along, thinking you're safe within the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rhett chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna chop that beast right in the throat. Hi-ya! He points at the assembled class. But only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. The only way to learn is by doing. I don't know why in my head that entire spiel just sounds like it could be delivered by a TF2 soldier. The old Sun Tzu speech. I'd say he knows a little bit more about fighting than you do, because he invented it. And the only way you learn is only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for a demonstration? Huddle with Anemone for strength. I will step forward. Sure, why not? Brave. Security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Red is like the biggest adult you know, and he's so intense. You step forward and Red nods as he crouches down. Okay, he says, I'm a manticore, stalking you through the forest. What do you do? I kick it in the face. Bad. You try to kick Red as he approaches you. He easily grabs your foot and flips you onto the mat. Ouch. Wrong! Use your brain, Slane. First thing you do is call for help, and you run! Rhett grabs your forearm and hauls you off the ground. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt, so the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Anemone still thinks you're cool for acting tough. She gives you another thumbs up. Woo! Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons, with a few plas rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know. One slot will turn cards red. Okay. It's going to become a 5 because there's 2 gems. Ooh, that one's going to become a 5 because there's 2 gems. Is that better than any of the pairs I can make? I guess it is. It's 21. Ah, I could have had a 23 somehow. Two data points form a line, but 3 is a pattern. The colony has been on high alert all glow, hoping that creatures from beyond the wall don't return for a 3rd year in a row. Surveyors keep reporting that they're seeing unusual animal activity. Even the plants seem different, they say. And new tracks that must have been left by creatures larger and heavier than you've ever seen. You and the other colonists drill evacuation plans. There we go. Ooh. You're in engineering when you hear the sirens ring through the colony. You cover your ears against the noise and make your way to the nearby classroom. This is one of the assembly points, so you should be safe there. But it wasn't so safe last year for Professor Hal. What if another creature gets in? Congruence, the new teacher, is just a face on a computer screen. She can't protect anyone. Congruence flickers cheerfully. Please stay calm, children, she says. The defense squad is already en route to the creatures. This should be all over soon. You've been told this before. As the sirens continue, you're faced with a choice. Stay put or leave, which requires my bravery of 22. You stand up and leave. Tang and Ma stare at you like you have 3 heads. Congruence doesn't try to stop you. Not that she could. She doesn't even have any hands. Ooh, heroic! We're heroic again! Yes, 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 yes. You slow to a walk as you near the outer doors of engineering. Something doesn't feel right. You stop to listen in the dim emergency lighting and hear the metallic popping of something overhead. In the ventilation ducts? Your blood goes cold. Monsters! They're here! You follow the sounds to a workshop and force yourself to look up through the slats of the vent. You gasp. 2 glistening bug-like eyes peer down at you. No. 4. 6? They blink in syncopated pairs. Then you hear it over the sirens. A soft pinging noise, halfway between a chirp and a purr. The creature skitters spider-like from one side of the vent to the other. A small furry tentacle slithers through the slats, searching for the vent release. When it can't find one, it bangs its body against the inside of the vent, denting the metal. Ooh, I can tame it. I can help it escape with empathy, tame it with my animals, or attack it as a combat challenge, which is very low. Normal difficulty, normal difficulty. Try to scare it, or can try to scare it away. I like that I have access to the animals challenge, that'd be good. Also, I've got my physical skill buff, and animals is a physical skill, so that's good. Alright, let's tame the dang thing. That's a grim ass card to lock into the middle slot. Are you kidding me? What happened to a normal challenge? I can't even make a straight out of it because they can't move the 0. Ugh. Well, I can make a pair out of that. Probably almost want to save that for something else, actually, really. Just get rid of my garbage cards. I can't make a straight out of those anyway, but fine. 2. Got a pair. Got that. I could make a 4 flush for 6 points. It's not too bad. Okay. Got a gem, so that gets buffed. It's like I could make that would make it into a 4, and I could have a 3, 4, 5. I could have a 2, 3, 4, 5 if this wasn't here. Are you actually kidding me? Well, it doesn't have the highest value, so that's a pair or that's a pair, so it doesn't matter too much which way that goes. Could get some mushwoods again. Just even redrawing the hand doesn't really help me. +1 and change it to mental would make that 3 of a kind instead. It's +1 point and a 3 of a kind instead of that. It would allow me to. It would actually let me have a massive flush actually if I did that. Yes. Better. A little better. Little better. You know what? If that's stuck there and I can't change it, I wonder if I dropped the mushwood log on it on round 1, it would have stayed there the whole thing. I wonder if I could have got that bonus 3 times out of 1 card. That's the best I could possibly do. Cool. +5 animals. 5 from Eagle Eyes, Heroic, and Eagle Eyes perk. Because that was locked in there, I basically got that bonus 3 times. That's actually kind of amazing. That's crazy. That's a good buff from 1 challenge. Nice. You win it over by reading its body language and slowly building trust. It seems to want to join you, and you hope you'll be allowed to keep it. A Variki! Oh, it's a pet. Oh, I've actually got a pet now, and I can have it with me. Cool. +1 skill on challenge win. Ooh, that's a good one, and +1 bonus to straights. That's a really good pet to have. Nice. buffs for everything. That's powerful. You look up the species on your holopalm and learn that Vriki, so named for the trills they make, which yours is making now, cuddling against your leg, are neither male or female, though they do require a mate to reproduce, so it's a they then. You decide to name them Squidly Fetuson. Bright eyes, Riki Tiki, Vriki, original. Squidly, I mean, Squidly Fetuson is a very good name, and it does have squid feet. They blink every one of their beady eyes up at you, none of them in unison. They seem to have no problem with this name. It isn't long before the sirens turn off, ringing 3 short pulses as the all-clear message flashes on your holopalm. You and the other children file out of engineering and you head back to your quarters. Your parents will want to know that you're safe. You manage to smuggle your new pet Vriki under your jacket and hide it under your bed before they arrive. Your dad gives you a big hug, but your mom slumps into a seat at your table. Oh, it's like they were going specifically for geoponics this time, she mutters, but your dad pets your hair and shushes her. I'm sure it was just bad luck, Flulubel, he says, but your mom shakes her head and folds her hand in front of her mouth, staring out the porthole window at the fields. Well, at least I guess nobody died this year. Hey, yeah, there's a bunch of things. Tangent plus some, don't know. We're at 50 out of 100. Cool. Got half a heart with a few folks. Ooh, interesting. I've got those when I've been out. At some point, this is going to turn into like at some point, this is going to turn into like colony management as well, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there are 10 rounds. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking there were 9. I wonder if it's just the. I was thinking it was 9. It would be split into like 3 sections, but I'm guessing it's like 5 and then 5. That's probably like early teens and late teens. Because the first 5 are probably just building up your stats and sort of figuring out what you do in life, and then once you reach 15, like, it probably becomes more of a colony management kind of affair. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But yeah, we've got 2 colony food, which is odd, honestly. Like, fine. Yay, Squidly Fetuson. Okay, so. Still don't know where I got that perk from, but fine, Vriki will definitely be a better one. Could really go for more perks, those would be great. Heyo. You catch Cal at the gate to the gardens. He's carrying a big bucket of rocks. Nice Elaine, he exclaims. He pauses to pat your pet on the head. And hello to you too, Squidly Fetuson. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you there's a new park near Geoponics now, Cal says. We can run around all we want and nobody will say we're trampling the fields. You should come play there sometime. And bring Squidly Fetuson. They'll love it. Ah, relaxing the party in Geoponics. I'm guessing that's yeah, that's a very specifically hang out with Cal kind of relaxing option. I'm guessing there's one for each character if you want to specifically use your relaxation time to improve your relationship with somebody. Right, what am I doing? What was I working on? My biology is so close to being good. My reasoning is so close to being good. But my heroic stuff hangs around for a couple months, and that would probably make it worth toughness, combat, animals. Animals would be good, because then, oh, I'm at 20 animals because of that last challenge. Brilliant. That means I can actually do my dad's storyline. Your dad pulls a flower out of his pocket and gives it to you. A blossom for my little blossom. He tucks it behind your ear. I'm 99.99% sure this isn't poisonous, but let me know if you get a weird rash or anything. Dad is working with the float cows. One of them is sick and isn't producing enough urine as ballast and keep... Oh, it wasn't milk. Oh no. He keeps wanting to float away. Your dad is building a spike so that you can tie her down until she feels better. Lassoing a float cow. +1 for each gem. That's a good card. You hold onto the leash, feeling a little like a kid with a balloon. A big, woolly, gassy balloon. It looks down at you with placid, unblinking eyes. You can see yourself refracted in them. Whoa! +3 animals. Cool. You can see yourself refracted in them. Weird. Neat. I guess 40 for the next one? Yeah. Hey, taking breaks is important. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Yeah. Sporps Ball is bravery, yeah, which is a talkie skill. Toughness, yeah. I get defense. Yeah, I think defense training is the only one that would like. If I get a +1 to both of those, that turns a +3 activity into a +5 activity. Total skills gain. Plus whatever perks up I pick from doing it. It's probably pretty good actually right now to buff my combat and animals. I'll work on the mostly just for the animals. I think really is what would be good. You've heard Security Chief Red is on the lookout for lookouts. That is for kids to chill on top of the walls all afternoon and count Xenos. Sounds way better than going to class. Gives you a once-over, eyes narrowed. Alright, he says, look over there at the end of the field. What does that sign say? Oh boy, have you heard about my eyesight? You can read the sign easily. It says, if you can read this, your eyesight is 20/20. Huh, what a weird sign. What does that mean? Rhett nods in approval. Good, you pass. Come back next month and I'll put you on the roster. Hey. Ah, randomly locked card. Boo. $24. Well, that's a good one to have in here. 2, 3. Ugh. This is a terrible hand. This is an actually awful hand. What on earth? Truly dismal. Barely anything to match with anything. No straights to be found. +16. Rabble. +1 for each gem. 2 cards that get buffs from gems and no gems to be found. Push through for 40 stress. Well, I just get +1 for passing the test. I guess I still get stats if I fail the test, right? Right? Oh, but I get +1 on challenge win, and I really want to win. I can take the cheaty win for 40 stress. Maybe stress wouldn't be a bad thing. It lets me have chances of throwing away cards and building relationships with people. Alright. Hey, we did it. That was actually the best score I could actually have got with those particular cards. And yeah, the buffs were worth finishing the challenge for. Yeah. Oh, wow. Wait, what did Riki require me to win the challenge? I guess it did. On challenge win. So I had Eagle Eyes required winning the challenge. Riki required winning the challenge. Yeah. So that's actually a +9 to stats. You wake to the sound of your parents arguing, hushed tones, clearly trying not to disturb you. You blink away the sleep from your eyes, eventually remembering, wait, isn't today your 13th birthday? Where's your birthday cuddles? Your parents always make a big deal about your birthday. You peek out through the privacy curtain on your bunk and listen in on their argument. You're being unreasonable, your mom says. Solan is a teenager now. You have to give them the opportunity to take calculated risks, or they'll start acting out. That's just what being a teenager is. Going off into the wilderness isn't a calculated risk, your dad replies. It's too dangerous. It's weird to hear your parents arguing. If they ever disagree, they sort it out quietly or go to meditation. This time they sound really upset. It's unsettling. I think I should. The danger is you don't need to. They glance at you. Your mom holds up her hand to silence you and goes right back to talking. Geranium, she grates. You said yourself that we need every person out there surveying for edible native plants. You're even going out yourself. Why not our child? Ooh. Your dad flails his hands helplessly. Because, Flulu, they're our child. It's our responsibility to keep them safe. You're not keeping anyone safe by coddling them. Your mom almost shouts and your dad flinches in shock. Solange's survival depends on them understanding this planet we're living on, so you're not doing them or the colony any favors. Oh wait, she's shouting at this point. I was for some reason I was carrying on the semi-whisper thing. We're like, you're not keeping anyone safe by coddling them. Your mom almost shouts and your dad flinches in shock. Solange's survival depends on them understanding this planet we're living on, so you're not doing them or the colony any favors by pretending like that's not the case. I have bravery! You're brave, but you aren't stupid. You assure them that you'll stay out of trouble. Your dad's shoulders sag as he shakes his head. You barely even know what's out there, kiddo, he mutters. Your mom's fierce expression softens. Hey, Solange, sorry. It's your birthday today, and here we are arguing like a pair of assholes. Happy birthday! They both give you a hug. We went to order up from the canteen and have your usual birthday breakfast, but we got to talking about how Utopia's opened up positions in expeditions for kids 13 and older. And, well, that's you now. I suppose we'll have to let you spread your wings someday, your dad relents. I just feel better knowing you are safe here inside the colony walls. I've already been out, it's fine. He gives your mom a faint smile. We decided early on to let you choose your own path in life, so if you want to join expeditions, we're behind you. Just be safe. Unlocked explore nearby in expeditions. Woo! Alright, I got one more month of my buff. So then I trapped it in my room, Anemone says, telling you all about the bug she saw in her quarters. Its wings were as big as my hand. It had feelers like, whoa! It was bouncing all over the place like, boing, boing, boing. She gestures excitedly, swinging her arms over her head. Bugs here are so big, and they're everywhere. I was going to give it to Tang, she says. She loves gross bug stuff. She said I should just let it go, because if it stung me, I might get weird mutant powers. I mean, other than the one I already have. And I wanted to go see if I got more weird... I wanted to see if I got more weird mutant powers. So I started jumping around higher and higher things, and so I was jumping off the back of the ship. And I got in so much trouble, but it wasn't even that high. She stops in her tracks. Hold on, she says, stooping to rub irritably at her knees for probably the 100th time in the past 5 minutes. Ah, I'm gonna die. I busted up my knees and it's so itchy when my scales grow in. Annie? Annie? Anemone's Annie. With antecedents, I was like, wait, is antecedent Annie? But no, that's who's talking. Annie, don't pick at it! Chief Steward Antecedent's voice rings out across the garrison yard, pleasant but firm. Instantly transports you back to being on the ship of Kresh, tugging on her skirts and calling her Auntie. Anemone jumps and stands up straight, her hands flying to her sides. Mom! Anemone whines, digging her fingers into her knees as Auntie Sedent approaches you both. It's so scratch-tastically itchy! I know, lovely, Auntie Sedent soothes her, patting down her riotous red hair. The more you pick at it, the thicker your scales are going to grow in. Anemone tucks her hands under her armpits to keep from scratching. What if I want to have cool scales? She pouts. Auntie Sedent smiles indulgently. At the rate you're going, I'm sure you'll be covered in them before you know it. No need to rush. Anemone's skin is dotted with patches of protective blue-green scales that grow in whenever she gets a cut or a scrape. She rubs the patch on her jaw indignantly, the one she got when she ran headfirst into the food synthesizer back on the ship. Oh, that's what her superpower is. Auntie Sedent opens her satchel and pulls out a bundle of clothes. The queue for the nanoprinter is over a week long, so I patched your pants with scraps from your brother's clothing. Please try not to put any more holes in them, or yourself, okay? She hands the clothes to Anemone and kisses her on her forehead. Anemone sticks her tongue out and gags. Yuck. Anemone evaluates the clothes as her mom walks away. Galactic! Galactic! She breathes as she runs her fingers over the odd-coloured patches. Then, right there in the middle of the yard, she unashamedly squirms out of her pants and pulls on the new ones. Whoa, I look like a fighter jet from the Hollows! She exclaims, showing off her new pants. Like when they'd stencil your kill count on your plane. Or like a really cool scar. Nemini grins. Yeah, you get it. My pants are scarred, just like me. I need a break soon, but not today. What's going on, Pops? You find your dad comparing some plant samples when he sees you. He puts down the test tubes and gives you a big hug. Big hug. Kiddo, he exclaims, then kneels down to look you in the eye. I've been thinking. I want to say I'm sorry your mom and I were arguing on your birthday. We disagree sometimes, just like every couple, but it's unfair you had to see how the sausage gets made. Sausage. The sausage. I'm pretty upset. My persuasion is not high. It's okay. He pats you on the shoulder. Thanks for saying so. You're a great kid. Your mom and I talked it out, he continues. We're both just really putting our everything into the farm right now. It's making us kind of snappy. You don't have to worry about it, okay? He squeezes you in a hug. If you want to join Utopia's exploration team, just be careful. It's dangerous out there. I'll be fine. I've been out by myself. Am I allowed to work in here yet? No. I mean, I think it would have told me if I was allowed to work in there. Yo, am I allowed to work in there? No. Right, training it is. Getting my stats in. Part of self-defense is training your body so that it can be ready for any situation. The security chief has you running laps, jumping through tires, climbing walls, and sprinting back and forth. He has this inverted anti-gravity pad that makes your limbs feel super heavy. When you do jumping jacks on it and then do them again in normal gravity, it feels like you could just jump straight back up through the wormhole. It's exhausting, but not that different than sports ball training. This is a breeze because I am tough, and I get working those muscles. I got getting your butt kicked. Wow. A 5. Okay. Or a 4 with a +2 to strength challenges. I mean, that's a good card. But I think this is a good one. Because you get bonus stats. Yeah. Toughness. Getting more tough. Almost at the first pip on toughness. This is great. It feels good that Rhett actually challenges your body and encourages you to achieve peak condition. Hey, +2 during a physical challenge. Yeah. Okay. 6, 5, 4. Well, we got a straight there. And then 2 and a 2 makes that 25. Oh, yeah, 26 in fact. Just wondering if that 2 would work well anywhere, but I don't think so, because all I could do is swap one pair out for a different pair. Yeah, cool. That was fine. Bye. That's an extra 8. Not as good as last time, but that's okay. Doing well, animals. 32, so close. Combat's coming along nicely. My yellow skills are bad. They are bad. There's no two ways around that. Wait, I still have that? Oh, I still have that? Shame I'm at... Oh, I'm at 99 stress! Yes! Oh my god, lockout duty. 3%. Oh, I don't need perception. Although animals is good. Friendship with anemone, kudos, stress. Defense training. Well, both of them do... Well, all of them are anemone ones. Those are both animals. 2 combat 1 animals versus 3 perception 1 animals. It also pays money though, which is also good. And it's less stressful. But I think we need the training. Most days, self-defense looks a lot like exercise. You run a lot of laps around the colony and work on increasing your strength and flexibility in the gym. When will you get to punch something? Okay. Don't have any. Alright, 1. No, card gets +1. No. Fine, so that's a 6. That's a 5. Like, no, there's no 4s. 2, 3, 4, 6. Arse. Make a 5, 6. But now we're making a 4. That +1's real annoying. 1, 2, 3. I guess this doesn't matter at all. I just need the flush, don't I? Okay. What else? What else can I possibly do here? I can't rearrange that because I need. I can't put the straight there because this is going to mess with things. Doesn't have the height. Well, I mean, okay, yeah, it's realistically a 4 because that's there. So I can't make a 5. 3, 4, 6. I have a 2 to go there, so I can't do a 2, 3, 4. Didn't I get a 24? I can't remember how I got the 24 now. Okay. This must be doable, right? It's really annoying because I just got like 1, 2, 3, 4 sat there staring me in the face, and this is just ruining everything. Two, 3, 4, right? Three, 3, 4? Not better. That's worth, the flush is worth 3, the straight's worth 4, so I really want the straight. Hey, Gablin! Sorry, I've not been focusing on chat. I don't know how long you've been there, but hello. How are you this fine eve? I'm struggling with cards. I had 24. How did I get 24 before? Not that that helps me, because I really want 25. Like, it might not be doable. Like, it's not unheard of for it to just give me cards that I can't hit the goal with. Let's rearrange things so it works. Oh, there's a 24. Yeah, sure, why not? That's what... Oh! Oh, I got straight of 1, 2, 3, and the flush of... Okay, yeah, that's how I did that. caught up with She-Hulk. I've heard of She-Hulk. I know nothing more than that. That's the extent of my knowledge. I got plenty of eggs. I could spend an egg, or I could just drop a log on it. Drop a log. +1 change suit to speech. Nah, that'd break the straight, wouldn't it? I really don't want to push through fight. I don't have the stress left to push through, so I do need to fix this. Is 25 even doable? I don't know. Unclear. I mean, I do want to pass this just because, like, I get the buff this month, so. Right, fine. 1, 2, 3, 24. Wishwood log on either of those. I don't suppose it matters. Fine. That was the best score. That was the best. Like, genuinely, that was not actually winnable with that hand. That's really annoying. What's the deal with this? What are you looking at? The game gives you... it is difficult to explain. It is a visual novel life sim thing. It's a fairly kind of non-linear narrative thing. It's pretty complex and quite interesting. As you go through life, you will do things, and those will be preserved in cards as memories. When you start the game, there's a lot of, like, baby memories, like I've somehow still got hold of giggling as a card, and crawling, which, like, you do get opportunities to discard them to improve your sort of deck, but it's kind of, yeah, deck building is what it is. If you're like, oh, I... did an investigation, for example. We opened a package and investigated what was inside it. I got an investigation card. And then you get these challenges which improve your skills. You get to do one each day. And you have to sort of basically play poker with the cards to get the highest value hand you can possibly muster. And you get skills if you can pass the tests. But because you are just drawing cards from the deck, sometimes there is just a chance, like there, where it says, okay, make a score of 25, and the cards I had in my hand, like, could not possibly, under any combination, stack up to more than 24. So yeah, you get bonuses for straights, flushes, 2 of a kind, 3, 4, 5, if you can. And then, like, as you see, loads of the cards have got extra things on it, so if you're doing a mental challenge, this is a bad card to have. That one sets its neighbours to that value. Good if you've got a load of babby cards. Like, you can buff them. If you've got a bunch of big cards, it's not as good. But also, you've got items that you can then play on them as sort of one-offs, which I don't like using them. I feel like they feel, A, like I'm cheating, and B, like they're too powerful to use. But they're kind of not. So yeah, something like that's quite a fun combo, because then you can, like, add 2 to the score, so you change that to a 3, and then it also sets its neighbours to 3s as well, so that could be quite a powerful one. Get good bonuses out of that. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So that gained me 5 combat points for winning it, 3 animal skill, 15 stress, which has maxed me out, which means I'm going to have to rest next month, and 1 kudos, which is basically the money. Because I got the best score I could possibly do. Indie devs getting better at innovating more and more. Yeah, I'm sort of said earlier, like honestly, like as far as narrative stuff goes, some of the genuinely most interesting stuff in games has by and large come from Inkle, and I remain a big fan of their stuff. Their newer stuff has hooked me less than some of their older stuff, but it's still good. And they're really good at doing super non-linear but always cohesive and coherent and very compelling stories. Like you can like basically like unravel bits of the story in any order you like, and it still always makes sense, and the game's like coherent, and it'll reference things you've done, and you're like, oh, this is like the time we did the thing, and it's like, yeah, I did that, yeah, the game knows what you've done and in what order and how you've experienced it, and like strings it together into a narrative that makes sense. And this game's kind of got a lot of that going on. It's like it's that kind of like clever storytelling. Animals level 1, level 2 pets. Upgrade pet cards via relaxing in the park. Ooh, new thing acquired. Because I did not... Wow! After all that, I did not expect animals to be my second stat that I got the first perk with. Like, I've been working on biology and reasoning and toughness and things for ages, and somehow I've just like accidentally hit level 2 pets. Well, you can do that by relaxing in the park. Guess who needs to relax today? Is it me? Yeah, it's me. I am stressed. You've been streaming a lot more lately, at least it feels like it. This is a good thing. Yeah. I feel like I skip a lot of days, honestly. And also, like, when I stream and nobody watches, it feels a little bit like a waste of my time. I'm like, well, I could just spend that last 3 hours just, like, writing, recording, video editing, whatever, and putting something together that, I don't know. Like I say, for me, video content often feels a lot more meaningful than streaming, particularly if nobody watches the stream. I'm like, oh, I could have done something productive, and making a video feels productive to me. So I'm perpetually torn between the two poles there. Everything's hazy. I don't remember it being hazy before. Is it that bad this month? You should join us for the Barotrauma streams. It'll add a lovely amount of horror to your life. Oh, I don't like horror games, though. I'm not a horror game person. I'm really not. Your dad was sniffling and sneezing pretty bad this morning. He collapsed around this time last year, so you've been feeling anxious about his health, especially now the pollen is back. He's working hard in the fields, respirator hanging from his neck as he grunts and shovels dirt into a wheelbarrow. He sees you coming and stands up straight, coughing a little as he stretches his back. Hey, kiddo, what brings you out here? Dad, you have to wear your respirator. Dad makes blah 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 motions with his hand. I do. Don't look at me like that. I'm just getting some fresh air. It's hard to breathe with that thing on. I'm racing to get these pixie beans in the ground, he continues. We're all set to have a great harvest in time for Vertumnalia. He leans on his shovel, tucking one foot behind the other and rocking back and forth. Truth is, I've been working like a dog. I'd love to get out of here for a while. Now, what do you say you and I go for a little walk? He says, brightening. I know you don't get outside the walls much either, but we could do a little nature walk. I study all the plants that the foragers bring back, but I've never really seen them in the wild. You want to go outside? Sure, your dad says. People can want to try new things, right? Your mum doesn't see the draw, he continues, flipping his shovel up onto his shoulders and picking his way carefully out of the turned fields. She likes what she can control, you know. But there's a whole planet out there, and I want to go explore. He stops and doubles over, suddenly racked with a coughing fit that makes him unable to speak. He tries a few times to catch his breath, but each time he just starts coughing harder. The pink pollen in the air swirls and eddies around you both. A walk will not do him good. Like, if he's not going to wear his damn respirator. Maybe he should stay indoors. Oh, your dad wheezes. You're just like Instance, that old stick in the mud. I remember when we were younger. She was always walking around with her nose in everyone's business. She always thinks she knows what's best for people. Despite his brave words, he has to hold on to you for balance as he catches his breath again. Okay, maybe now not the best time. he gasps, finally putting his respirator back on. But, you and me, we have a date with the outside world, kiddo. I'm taking a rain check. Whew, he says, his eyes red-rimmed and streaming from irritation. Can't wait until Instance figures out a treatment for this shimmer thing. She says maybe next year. Maybe the one after that. I'm only first in line, you bet. It's not a horror game, it's just really stressful. Oh, cool. You're really selling me on it. Speaking of things which are stressful, my character's life. I need a break. We should relax in the park, because that relieves my stress, improves my relationship with Cal, and apparently levels up my pet. You and Cal walk through the park, a special place set aside for growing ornamental plants from Earth. It was grown from a precious seed bank, preserved for over 20 years aboard the stratospheric before your mother started planting them here on Vertumna. Almost nothing here is grown for food. Wait. Oh, the garden. Oh, the ornamental garden is not grown for food, right. Although many of them are technically edible. Oh, it's so green here, Cal says, stopping to smell a bush of fist-sized red flowers with velvety petals. Wow, they smell so sweet. Such a waste of space. My mom worked really hard on this. Your mom brought these seed flowers from Earth and somehow found the time to cultivate them here, even though there was so much work to do on the farm. Just goes to show there's a lot about your mom that you still don't know. It's so peaceful. Cal breathes deep, a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places on the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant. One pretty white flower in particular is flourishing here. The Astrantia, your mother's favorite. It seems to be growing faster than even native plants do, covering the paths and bluffs with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places just to make sure you don't crush any. Good thing it's so beautiful. Yay, minus stress. Yes! Lose the giggling card. God for that. I'm trying to get rid of that one for ages. Did my pet level up? What happened with my pet? It said my pet could level up if I relaxed in the gardens. Is that a level 1? Is that what that means? Now all these have 1s on them as well. Can I level up my other cards? No, they all have. Oh, every single card has a little. Oh, ooh. Now there are some level 2 cards. Oh, I hadn't even. That man, I've been playing this game for like 10 hours or 10. Are we somewhere around that mark? Oh, not that long, like 8ish. I didn't even realize the cards had a little level thing in the corner. It's all too beautiful as a level 3 card. Huh. Neat. Okay. Okay, that's sort of a thing to sort of, I guess, bear in mind and weigh up when like choosing to discard stuff. I wonder if any of them can be leveled up beyond the pet, though. Interesting. Right, so I'm wanting. Let's do some studying. Not been to school in a while. 10% chance to get a bonus. Could really stand to get my biology and reasoning over the perk mark. Today in class you're studying genetic enhancements. Nearly everyone in the class has one, chosen for them by their parents before they were born. Our gene tag is capable of making the most delicate adjustments to an embryo's genetic code, Instance says, proudly. It doesn't take much to change not only our own destiny, but that of the human race itself. She smiles a little at Tang, who smiles back. Looking around the class, you see an incredible array of genetic modifications. Animal features, enhanced sensory organs and the like. There's much more that you can't see. Instance gestures around the room. You may not even be aware of some of the genetic modifications of your friends. If you have an invisible modification, feel free to share it with the class. Most kids share their genetic enhancements if they have them. Temperature doesn't bother me, Cal answers when it's his turn. I'm never too hot or too cold. I'm always just right. Someone jokes that Cal doesn't sweat. That explains why he smells like flowers and sunshine all the time. Tang keeps quiet and skips her turn to share. It's okay to have secrets, Tang. Is that a +1 to Tang, or am I basically just choosing which character I'm getting closer to when I say that? Sure. Yeah. You're sitting close enough to Tang that it's easy to lean over and tell her she doesn't have to be ashamed. She rolls her eyes. I don't care who knows, she scoffs. I just don't want to make anyone jealous. I sleep half as much as a regular person. It's unbelievable how much of their lives people waste being unconscious. Sad, really. Ooh. There's a flirty option. That's a new thing. What do you do with those extra hours? Tang shrugs. Study, mostly, and snack. I eat approximately 50% more than someone who sleeps all night. Not sure if she noticed you were flirting or not. Right, we can make a card blue. Or well... Oh, hang on. Hang about. That's not going to work. If I put the 4 next to the 3, the 4 is going to become a 5. It's going to break things. I can't make a straight. 0, 1. Five. No. 5. It's not great. Definitely feel like those two need to like synergize there, but don't know. I think would the 3 of a kind be worth more anyway? 19 is... Oh, right, we can have a pair of 5s if I do it that way. Annoyingly, I feel like this is the highest I can actually score. I don't know how else I could rearrange this. 19, 17. You advance on 19? Absolutely not. More and more regularly coming up against card challenges that I literally cannot complete. Maybe I need to rest more just to get rid of more of my 0s and 1s and things. I'm keen to pick up new cards constantly, but I never get rid of the old ones, at least not very often. Although I guess then failing challenges or pushing through challenges is a good way to up your stress, which means you have to rest more often, which means you lose... That's actually quite an interesting way to balance it, actually. If you are struggling with challenges, you'll end up pushing through the challenges more, which means you'll rack up stress more, which means you'll have to rest more, which means you can throw away the bad cards more, which means it'll make the challenges that little bit easier in the long run. That's a good bit of balance, I like that. Assuming that's what they intended, not just a complete random chance. What was I doing? That was becoming that. That's becoming that. It's 19. I think, yeah, I'll take the stress. Fine. That was 19 out of 19. It was as high as I could score with that. That's annoying. But there we go. This looks really cool. I may pick this up. I will try and turn this into an actual review at some point. And at some point, I kind of like, I almost need to stop streaming it, which, yeah, I'm racking up the time. I need to stop streaming it just so that I can, like, just sit down and chew through playing it, because the game takes place over 10 years of your life, and I'm on to year 4 now. I feel like I could get through it a lot faster if I wasn't, like, reading everything out. So, yeah, in order to actually finish the damn thing, so that I can actually review the damn thing, I probably need to stop, like, playing it on streams. and just actually play it. You're getting older. It's that magical time in your life full of discoveries and possibilities when children become adults and their bodies change in weird, wonderful, and often embarrassing ways. When you were younger, Congruence gave your class a frank presentation about preparing for the changes your bodies would experience in the next few years. Which parts of the presentation was relevant to you? I'm like a doll down there. That's a brilliant answer. Oh my god. Can I actually do that? Holy crap. Sure, I want to know what on earth the implications of that actually are. Thanks to gene tech, your body doesn't need to conform to expectations for sex and gender. It's the future! Fair enough. Okay, I don't know what I expected. Have I played Katawa Shoujo? I have not, but I watched another streamer play it very extensively years back. Which was really quite something. That must have... Back in the days when people still made Let's Plays, and people still watched Let's Plays, and I certainly still watched Let's Plays. Like, somebody just played a video game and made a series of it, and yeah, watched it. Yeah, he made like over, I think, 160 episodes out of that thing. That was a lot. And somehow I watched the whole bastard thing. Right, Future Body. You and your friends giggled your way through Congruence's presentation and left with a new appreciation for the wonders of the human body. Puberty had felt like something that would happen so far in the future it didn't apply to you. You put it out of your mind even as you noticed Cal's voice begin to drop, or Mars starting to dress differently. Until one morning you wake up and something feels different. How can it feel different? I don't have anything. You can tell you're in a weird mood before you even open your eyes. The sound of your parents moving around your quarters irritates you. Why can't they be quiet? Why do you have to live in the same room? Can't they just leave you alone? You throw back your privacy curtain and snap at them to shut up. Your mom and dad blink at you in shock for a few seconds. Then your mom's face goes red. Excuse me, kid? You do not speak to people like that. Oh, okay. We're doing a stroppy teen thing, are we? Okay. You're not the boss of me. Your mom opens your mouth to yell at you. That's a weird way to do it. Your mom opens her mouth to yell at you, but your dad raises his hands for peace. Hey now, let's walk it back a bit, he says diplomatically. Salon, you can't expect total silence when we all live together like this. If you're cranky in the mornings, you need to go to bed earlier. Teenagers need more sleep. Your mom opens her mouth again, but your dad continues. Flulu, we'll try to be quieter. Salon is telling us that they are needing more space. Right? He's so reasonable. Just makes you even more angry. How dare he try to understand? You roll over in bed and sulk until they leave. You end up sulking for so long that you miss the window for breakfast in the canteen. So now you're hungry and upset. You scroll the colony social media to try and take your mind off whatever's going on with you today and happen to see a photo of your friends hanging out together in the construction lot beside engineering. That makes it worse. Your friends are having fun without you. Even though you chose to skip breakfast, it feels like a personal insult. How dare they? Don't they know you're sad? Gain status. Hormones. Is that a thing? Hormones. Teenage hormones are making you brave and rebellious. Rebellion increases are tripled. Woo! Oh, yikes. What's happening? You feel on the edge today. Like, everything that happens feels so unfair and tragic. Like, you want to punch stuff and then cry about it. Like, you want to be left alone, but you also desperately want attention. It feels like a fount of new energy is starting to bubble up inside you. Dangerous, uncontrollable energy. Welcome to puberty, Salon. Really want the people who made the Cat Cafe game to make another game? You're gonna have to narrow down the Cat Cafe game, because I can think of, off the top of my head, at least 2 games meeting that description, and I feel like there's more I'm missing. Native Botany! Unlock Xenobotany research in geoponics. Ah, yes! That was it. There we go. I needed that biology pip. That perk is it unlocks research. Good. My reasoning is not quite there. Anything else going on? Anything exciting around here? Alright, let's do some research. Explore the Xenobotany lab. Hey, kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I've really got my hands on things here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pools on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I'd drained this little beauty. Can you get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck, it's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of you kids to come help me out with the researching the native plants, he says. You think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as gene tech research with instance, but it is important. He grins. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know? If we're up to her, we'd fill these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else. But there's got to be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants while exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. Alright. Can I go do it now? Yeah, we can do it. He's not going to talk it over with Mother. We're going to do it today. Although, I mean, like, each of these activities is a month, so theoretically, like, it could be done this might be tomorrow now, or whatever. The one where you get turned into a cat. Okay, you have narrowed it down to things that I don't know. Okay. I mean, given that we're on the subject of visual novels, I'm mainly thinking you're talking about Hustle Cats? Are you talking about Hustle Cats? But I also... It's another one of those games that I watched people play and didn't really play myself. And I don't recall ever seeing anybody get a route where you turned into a cat, but everybody else in the story turned into cats. You were just like the one person who couldn't turn into a cat. Mentioning your video game about gender and media. Yeah, that would have been Hustle Cat. Yeah. That would have been the one. Hustle Cat rocks. Yeah, it's cool. Again, like I said, I just watch people play it, not play it myself, but but also with a visual novel, it's kind of like, you kind of have got most of the experience by watching other people. It's unfortunate quirk of the genre that there's not much replay value once you watch someone played it. Hustle Cat, I guess, had a bunch of paths, actually. But, Xenobotany, what am I doing? Biology and organizing. Ah, interesting. Oh, man, I really want the reasoning. I need, like, one reasoning point. I was hoping this would actually buff my reasoning. Ugh. Annoying. Okay. Xenobotany tomorrow. Fine. We're learning engineering today. Let's learn engineering because it's reasoning. Better, even more reasoning, in fact. It's been a while since you've taken a physics class. You wonder who they got to teach it after Professor Hal died. He was the teacher who could possibly replace him. Oh, they repeated that dialogue. Congruence is waiting placidly for class to begin. Oh, Selene, hello, she says as you take your seat. It's been a while since you joined us to learn about the grand world of physics. Don't be surprised, I'm teaching this class now in Professor Hal's absence. Today, Congruence teaches you about machine learning and the development of artificial intelligences. Congruence has been a part of your life for as long as you can remember. It's hard to imagine a time when people didn't have access to such a powerful, all-knowing intelligence. How did people used to learn anything? One slot becomes a 2. Right. It should probably be the 2 then. But I want to put the 5s next to each other. 2. It's going to become a 4 anyway, isn't it? Does that automatically become a 2 no matter what? Yeah, okay. I'm not going to... that's going to trip me up now. That card becomes 2. I think this could have been a good hand if that wasn't messing with things. Two, 3, it becomes a 4 because there's a gem on it, which means it's not a straight. 4, 5. Oh, that's a -2 on a mental challenge as well. Oh, that's gross. Don't like that. Don't want that. This is bad. Put the reds next to each other. Yellow. Oh, that does it. That actually adds up to 24? Well. Okay. Well, damn. Oh, there's 2 gems. Of course there's 2 gems, which gives us a +2, which makes it 5, which makes us match. Yes! Bonus points where I can get them. Yeah, so that's a +1 on the card, and it turns it into a pair. Ah, nice. Oh yeah, but I'd like actually 4 5s is 20 points already. That's not bad at all. Yeah, win. Well, that was the best I could possibly score. Good. Engineering, reasoning, stress, kudos. Perfect. So great, perfect. All blue cards get +1. That's an incredibly powerful perk. Holy, oh my god! I've just realised that I think the perks on empathy are probably going to be the same for yellow cards, and toughness is going to be the same for red cards. It would probably behoove me to try and get to 33 empathy and 33 toughness to make all the challenges just like significantly easier. Oh, blue cards get points in mental challenges, okay, it's not just always. Even still. Yeah, I kind of want to get that up. I could very easily do that by shoveling. Where are we at? 28? I need 5. Might work. It might work. Where's my organising at? My organising is getting pretty decent. Almost got a perk out of it. It'd be good. Or shoveling dirt. I don't know. I want to do this. I want to do this. Your dad introduces you to the little lab they've set up in one of the greenhouses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing all around him. We're surrounded by alien flora and we know practically nothing about it. What's edible? What's medicine? What can we make fibers with, or build with, or use in ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me, we're going to find out, my little potato. Your dad directs you to a research bench, and here's where you'll be working. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien sprouts. More than just a simple table, the analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you could put things into. Press buttons at random. Okay. Carefully find the on switch. There is no on switch. Yep, you looked everywhere. Press buttons at random. You mash all the buttons table until... Yo, 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 kiddo! It's congruence. The friendly ship's computer beams at you from her own holoscreen set into the bench. Of course she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge in the colony, after all. You wonder who she got yo, yo, yo from. Your dad laughs. Don't tell anyone, but congruence is the real brains of the operation, he confesses, though it's not like it's a secret. She'll make sure we don't do anything super dangerous, which means you and I get to focus on experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new, so don't be afraid to try stuff. You bring your mushwood samples into the lab. You're going to study these and revolutionize the use of mushwood lumber. Maybe. Study this mushwood! And I get a harvesting mushwood card. Cool. Oh, keep my precious mushwood. No. Oh, I do lose. Oh, okay. So I am actually genuinely sacrificing items that I have to research it. Cool. You examine the mushwood under a microscope and take notes on its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested in wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose structural integrity and turn to, well, mush during glow. Biology points. Studying the exact process by which cells take in water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushwood trees from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take as much water, they won't take as long to dry. Hey, kudos, and colony defense. This is starting to become increasingly relevant. You should be... Right, how long does... This is gonna... This buff... debuff, whatever you want to approach that one, is going to be there for the next, like, 5 years, isn't it? Or more. You should be able to develop a spray that the loggers can apply to the fruiting body of the mushwood, the part that sticks out above the ground, to close its spores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. This is great. Logging will be much more efficient now. Research. The card becomes a 2. Fine. The 0 can become a 2. Suck on that. Weird debuff card that wants to ruin me every time. There's a pair of 2s. This is going to become a pair of 5s. Throw a 4 on the end. It's a -2 because that's a neighbouring. There we go. 26. Swap them around. I didn't get any blue cards. No blues whatsoever. Brilliant. And I still passed it. Yay, 3 stars. That's so cute. My dad used to call me Spud. Yeah, your dad in this game seems to like pick a different vegetable every single time he refers to you. Cool. We more organized. It's Vertumnalia! Time for speeches, games, and feasting. Oh, it's that time. Oh, yeah, cool. Good. I have stress that can be relieved now. Man, we made it halfway through another year without me ever exploring outside the gates. I should probably go do some exploration at some point. Speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but still more food than you usually see all at one time. This year, though, there's something new. Great big tureens of glowing beans. Weird. Try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instance catches you and smacks your hand away. Your mom gets really mad at her, and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as Instance blames your mom for the way things are right now, whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Governor Udicott takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome, everyone, to our 4th Vertumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxiphoner. Her voice has been getting weaker lately and can't reach across the square the way it used to. I'm proud, as always, to stand before you as your governor and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Udicott steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Seek to complete the annual formalities. Do you get to customize or choose your appearance anyway? Not particularly. No. There is a thing somewhere. Character traits. Nope, that's just that. Nope. Nope. Yeah. That's your. Realistically, that's the customization. You got pronouns and how your appearance will develop as you go through puberty, basically. You start out looking like a kid, and I guess sort of however you move that slider is how you'll look later on in the game. Although it literally just says, oh yeah, you can change these anytime you like. You're 13 years old and your bird-like eyes miss nothing. Yeah, cool. You got a knack for finding things or staying hidden when you need to, and you've got a green thumb. Oh, interesting. Okay, so, the bird-like eyes miss nothing is something that was there before. I don't think it said you've got a green thumb 4, which I guess is because I'm working on my biology. Your bird-like eyes miss nothing. Well, I said that right at the start, but yeah, like literally max that stat out. Your mom steps forward. You might have noticed a new glow-in-the-dark food on the feast table this year. These are pixie beans, our first domesticated vertumnus crop. The crowd applauds and your mom raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted we dedicate a third of our fields to them, so you'll have him to thank for the light show in your toilets tonight. Oh, God, that's quite the concept. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mom's smile is strained as she continues. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil when we crashed on this planet. These pixie beans will go a long way to making up for the losses we've faced with our earth crops. Idicott's weedy voice rattles through the maxiphoner. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the games. The crowd packs away the chairs as the children gather in the square. Which competition do we participate in? Ooh, we just got better at science. We should probably do that. The quadrathlon. Oh my god, that thing gets... That number goes up every year. I mean, still no competition for competition for tangent, but science. Tangent Science Fair is monstrously complicated. She gives a 20-minute speech about cell division in a few different vertumnus species that goes not just over your head, but the heads of everyone in the crowd. What is she even doing locked up in the lab all day? Instance is intrigued. She asks Tang a series of questions, soon honing in on something Tang overlooked. Tang is so upset with herself she can barely finish answering. Your turn! Card becomes a 3. Okay, right. Well, +1 to mental card. Okay. I feel like I'd want to just get... yeah, I think I want to just chuck the duff cards. I could turn that into... In fact, there's not that much of a duff if I add a +2 to it by doing that, actually. That's not bad. Then that becomes a pair. Bang that on the end. That's a card I want rid of. Fine. Okay. Alright. 3 becomes a 3. 4, 4. That's 24. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. That was a 3. Yeah, so that I was wondering if like that would go better in there, but absolutely not. Like the flush of 4 is probably too good to pass up. 31's gonna be tough. Woof. Okay. Oh, I got 3 of the hop eyes. Hop eye, hop eye, hop eye. Yep. Cool. Good. Five. Card becomes a 3. So that's annoying. Actually, why don't I just use the hop eyes at this end so that it's not getting debuffed? 27! That's so close! So close! I could just push through for some stress. I got some stress to spare. And we lose 50 for the festival going well and having a good time, so... This doesn't help any. Oh wait, hang on. 3, 4, 5... Is that better? Was that better? What was I on? What did I have before? 27. Yeah, so I get an extra 2 points by doing that. Which mostly just reduces the amount of stress it's going to cost me to finish this. Man, I've run out of mushwood as well? Oh, yikes. Look at those combos. I don't think there's anything I can do better than that. Well, 3 of a kind. A straight of 3 cards, a pair, a 3 of a kind again. It's got to be as good as we can get. 29. Really? I could have got 32, apparently. Oh, yikes. Don't see how. I do not see how, but okay. Your project this year is on power generation, explaining the ways the colony will be able to generate power once the nuclear engines eventually need to be turned off. You compare the efficiencies of burning mushwood pellets, spark snow, or the thin oil they found under the southern swamps. You'd love to outfit the colony with solar panels, but those panels are full of precious metals you haven't found alternatives for on Vertumna. You conclude that wind and hydroelectric power are the easiest to maintain and the most sustainable, impressing everyone with your working model of a hydroelectric dam. Woo! That makes us popular for 3 months again, doubling our money, and we get another science fair champion. Finally, it's time for the feast. The pixie beans are a hit. Your parents tell everyone about their many benefits. It's a native plant, so it grows well. They're super nutritious, taste great, they're really versatile, and kids love their bright multicolour glow. Your rumbling stomach has made you grouchy. You can't eat until your parents finally stop bragging about their dumb beans. You consider the options: pixie bean soup, pixie bean salad, pixie bean chili, even a pixie bean aquafaba based dessert. Everything glows in the gentle evening twilight. I want to make pixie bean chili. That sounds fun. You sullenly shove your pixie bean everything around on your plate. You don't even want to eat them anymore. Stupid beans, stupid feast, stupid game, stupid everyone. Ugh. Every time someone turns to talk to you, especially about how great these beans are and how great your parents are for growing them, you just get more irritated. They're just beans. It's like they love these beans more than they love you. You're probably just hungry. Eat the stupid beans. You want to rebel against these stupid beans, but the truth is you're too hungry to resist. You count backwards from 10 to calm yourself down so you don't blow up at your mum. Why is she smiling all the time? Ugh. You settle on glowering at her over your plate of glowing beans. She notices, but just purses her lips and turns away from you to talk to someone else. Rude. A grand feast. That does not look like a tasty thing, but okay. You shovel food into your mouth, trying not to look like you're enjoying it. Okay, it is as delicious as everyone said, and you start to feel more human the more you eat. Right? Yeah, food. Food is great. The more you eat. It's one of those games where it has a lot of text, and the further you push into it, the less play-tested and proofread it probably got the further you go along, and you, like, early on it's like, it's great, everything's very well proofread, and there are no typos. And I've spotted 2 this evening, so... You do feel better after you eat something. Everyone's in high spirits after dinner, breaking off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You feel your mood improve by the minute as your friends pull you into a fun rhythmic clapping game. As your irritation fades, you wonder if this is what congruence meant when she warned you that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes. When you go back to your quarters to get ready for bed, your dad gives you a big hug. It's exactly what you needed. Just as you go to buy the game, the Steam servers go down for maintenance? Oh, really? I didn't even think Steam servers particularly ever really did that. It's not something I've come across. I thought they were sort of generally a pretty high uptime kind of affair. Right, man, this is, infuriatingly, this is very much a kind of a one more day kind of thing. Like, I'll just do one more thing, but like, it is past midnight. I should absolutely be wrapping this up right about here. Where are we at with things? I should get some more toughness soon. Combat's not too bad. I am surprisingly close to having a perk for organizing, actually. I don't think there's any... Are there any things I can do that gives me empathy? Huh. There's no specific tasks that you can do that actually buff your empathy. Which means if I wanted to get that +1 to yellow cards perk, which is what I presume that is, I don't know how you go about getting that. at this stage in the game. Interesting. Alrighty, so I need organizing and I need toughness and maybe combat. I can get them soon. That'd be good. And I got things to research. Those sound fun. Okay, if we're checking out plants, we've got a flower and I got roots. Hey, I do have a log! Or did I just pick that up? I think I just picked that up, didn't I? Well, I got 2 other xenobiology things I can research. That's cool. But not tonight. Tonight is time for sleep. And probably Temtem tomorrow if the servers are behaving themselves. Because launch night was definitely rocky, clearly. So I'll see if I can actually get into the game, and if I can get into the game I might stream it tomorrow night. Otherwise I won't, I suppose. So see how that one goes. Bye! Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.